Mamma mia. Oh, we're already into draft. Yo, 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 we missed it. The Bard Nico band. There it is. We talked about it in the World's
Max, hello Max. Oh my god. Mrš. Jel čora ovaj? Bro, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, what? The fucker. Brate, pa ne vidim ništa. Mrš. Ne mogu da vjerujem da me odande snajp, uopće se ne vidi ništa. Ajde, ajde. Evo. Mrš! Mrš! Wow, wow. Brate, jel moguće? Znači, u sekundi te s puškom uvijek. Koja glupost. Ali kako je moguće da mene sangađaju? Ono, zapitam se šta je ovo. Koliko je ovo glupo šta ja radim, znači koliko je glupo. Znači to nije moguće. Molim. Molim!
Enemy infantry. Supposed to eat it. What am I supposed to do with it?
There's another video from one of the film this food, this lunch. We can't eat.
Somebody else wants to film my lunch.
Yes.
Why do they get their own bloody lunch? Tickets are 8,000. Seriously, I'm not supposed to eat it.
You're not supposed to eat. You are supposed to allow other people. Okay, so you have to stand up, but we have to let other media.
My wife loves me very much. Yeah. Her name is Sarah.
Sarah,
Yeah. Can you look into the camera?
Sarah, you're the best husband. No.
Can you do me a favor? Can you keep my wife's name out of... My wife loves me very much.
16 metara pokazuje sudac samo na goal out. Druga povlačili Čavarija i Bakar. Ravan ekranu 0, Real Madrid 0. Nakon dugo vremena Real nije uspio zabiti u domaćem prvenstvu. Xabi Alonso može biti zadovoljan s obzirom da su jedni drugi imali prilike nekako nepoštenije taj remi. Ali evo, prekinuo se niz i Bamka stao je na 8 gola za redom da zabija pogodak. Oni su ovo različiti X-om, ali s obzirom ako verujemo povijesti, ako verujemo koliko je teško ovdje pobijediti na Valjecasu, onda je nekako zasluženo danas svakome po jedan bod. Još jednom, Rayo 0, Real Madrid 0, kako je počelo, tako je i završilo. Dragi gledatelji, hvala lijepa što ste bili s nama, pratili ovaj dvoboj u 18 sati i 30 minuta, nova utakmica Valencia protiv Betisa. Možda je s vama, tako da čujete se na nekih 15 minuta.
teško prvo polovrijeme za Bradleya jer je Jeremy Doku iznimno raspoložen za igru i stvara strašne probleme u prvom dijelu obrane Liverpoola. Od Dejerki, 6. ubačaj iz kuta za Manchester City. Ubacio još jednom Miranda, ali to prečeo polako.
Bro, jel moraš mene pogađat? Zašto ne mogu ništa pogoditi? Okej, imao sam sreće. Mislim da je ovo bolji build, iskreno. Samo tak i nije. Molim. Ajde, moš.
is intended to be a top laner, although he might also be viable as a jungler. He is a melee fighter that builds up his... Zahen's passive is champions filled with interrupted darkened glaive behind you. His hit Zahen won't get during tips from Riot for gameplay. What's really important to know when playing as and against Zahen is that his abilities can stack his passive multiple times if he hits several champions. Zahen that multi-hits his W, E or ult is going to get his passive much faster than by hitting just one target. Riot recommends to play around your passive. Be cautious when it's not stacked and be more aggressive when you have a lot of stacks. When playing against Zahen, just try to kite him, as he doesn't have the best sticking power.
Guys and girls, today we're going to teach you 5 pretty basic match skills that are very effective, and then we're also going to throw a little extra pretty over-the-top skill that you can use if you want to. And actually, I've brought together the entire Unisport presenter crew, minus Will John, because he's out filming with Bruno Fernandes and Ruben Diaz and Frankie de Jong, so he's probably not too bothered. But the rest of us are here, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so let's do it. Oh! One of the feints that I enjoy to use that's very specific is the Berbatov spin. And it's really efficient if I'm on the left, I'm getting a pass that's slightly too long for me running towards the sideline. And what I do then is that I pull out the Berba spin, which looks like that. So essentially, it works really well because I'm not only closing down the ball and preventing it from going out of play, but the second that I stop the ball with the inside of my foot, Lag is gonna think, okay, this guy's stopping. She's gonna slow down to not just knock me over and make a free kick. So she's gonna slow down as well, go down in her knees. And that means that I have the initiative, right? So when I come here, I step on the ball, turn my body, and then I continue the spinning motion that I've already started. And then I lift the ball away, and I'm basically out of the move. So it might look a little bit difficult and technical, but actually what you're doing is just you're running to the ball, you're stopping it, tapping it out. It's just a super easy flap, flap, then you move on. So boom, 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 and you can keep running.
My skill move is the L-drag. It's very efficient, it goes fast, and you get to use your body and get out of sticky situations anyway. First off is under pressure in a small area, you can stand and then suddenly move out fast. The second way that's really good to use it is if I either am being pressured from this side or I'm taking a bad first touch. So if I get the ball and my first touch goes here, but I want to go this way and I'm being pressured here, I can take it out here. The basics of the drill is that you're kind of using the motion of your body going this way and then dragging the ball the other way, which is why it's very effective to like trick opponents. You can also do it standing still just, but you need like a little jump and then you can move it back. You can also use it as a pass, like.
Okay, so first up we have the Boateng Slayer 3000. Boateng was a little bit busy today, so we're essentially doing the PWG Slayer 3000. It's a very simple move. You've seen Messi do it a bunch of times, and if it's executed right, it can literally put defenders on the floor. Defenders that have been playing professionally for many, many years. So what we're going to do here, especially if you're an inverted winger, this is going to be useful. We're acting like the goal is on the inside of PWG here. So what we're doing is we're dribbling at the defender. It's a cut inside, and we can make it seem like we're going to shoot. Little drawback of the leg, little extension of the arm, make it seem like we're going to strike the ball, and it's a cut down their weak side. As you can see, defender's lunging across. The back is exposed. If we put it down that side of the defender, easy enough to get away.
I'm gonna show you my favorite match skill. So it's the inside step over. Super simple, but super efficient. I usually do it if I'm usually a defender. So if attacker coming behind me and I'm just trying to, get him away, and I just go the other way. Since I'm super injured, I got my body double here to show you in full speed how it's done. All right, so the most important thing is that you really show dedication when you do it, and that it's really deceptive when you do it, so that you don't come to the ball and you're just like, oh, I hope they're moving, because they're not gonna move. So show them one more time. That's how it's done. All right, so step by step. First step, you wanna check where your opponent is, check behind the shoulder. You wanna do your step over the ball, regain balance, take your standing foot, and just explode from that foot.
guys, is the double tap trap. It's skills from the street soccer scene, but you can also use it on an 11-a-side pitch. The skills is very simple. You have to do a double tap in the beginning to fake your opponent and make sure he will follow you on that direction. But when these skills become crazy, it's when you stop the ball. Bam, bam, bam. You see? That makes these skills efficient because the defender follow you on that direction, and at the end, all you have to do is going on the other side. The most important things is the first step. You need to be really quick on the two touch. It needs to be like bam bam. It's okay if you miss it. It's okay. You just need to be like really quick on this first step. And then when you let the balls go, you need to wait a little bit to see your defender going, and then you stop the ball. When you see him body completely leave the position, you stop the ball. You take your strong foot to go in the other direction with the other feet. Full motion look like this. Bam, bam. Okay. Other side. Trust me, these skills work like 100%. Every time you will use it, it will work. I believe me. If it don't work, send me a message on Unisport and tell me, Traffy, I missed the ball. The coach make me out of the pitch, and I will teach you what you did wrong, okay? So that's it.
All right, so after being humiliated by my friend Michael here, the only way to retaliate in the best way possible is to do an even more humiliating move. So that's why we have a simple move called the
7 MLC Destroyer 6000.
What the hell? Oh my God.
All right, so this is a quite simple move where you roll the ball like this. You've got your defender in the back or the side of you. You roll it across your body like this, and you let it bounce on your foot. And as the ball bounces up on your foot, you want to flick it over yourself and your opponent, or around, depends on how you like it. So there you go, my friends. 5 basic skills that you can use in matches, which are actually pretty effective if you do them right. And then an extra skill on top, because Phil, if you are brave. Now, of course, if you want to learn more skills, there is a playlist in the bottom corner of the screen. If you want new boots, click the link to Unisport right over there. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel with the notifications on. They drop the ball. It's the way it is. But we'll be signing off. Cheerio.
This is a $5,400 smartphone from a company called Vertu. And it is so luxury that I can just press this ruby button and be immediately connected to a personal concierge who will try to solve my every need. Are you a real person? Vertu is a fascinating brand because unlike every other luxury phone company who just takes an iPhone and covers it in gold, this is its own piece of tech designed for the ballers of the world, and it seems super legit. It's a British brand that was started by Nokia. Their official social media accounts hit hundreds of millions of real views. They sell in Harrods, which is a really well-established uber luxury department store in the UK. I even took a trip myself just to make sure, and there they were. Oh, they just got back to me. The concierge service is provided entirely by real professionals. Okay, can you book me a hotel in London? Send. This seems amazing, but there's something not right here. There is something very odd going on with this Vertu company. And so, we've gotten our hands on all the key Vertu products to get to the bottom of it. So that starts with probably the plushest packaging I've ever seen come with a tech product. Inside of which is their $4,300 smartwatch. Then we got their $6,300 Meta Vertu 2 smartphone. Their $7,940 flip phone, the Vertu Quantum. All finished off with their main new flagship phone, the Agent Q, that I showed you a minute ago. And all of these products have extremely beautiful presentation. They're just slightly strange. Like in this bottom box, we have a drawer which contains this tiny cable and a pouch for it, but they're just sitting there loose inside. Their other phones had chargers. This one didn't. And then above that is an envelope with a big chunky manual. But it's very interesting that the first language is Arabic. For a phone brand that has England literally as part of their name, maybe they sell more in Arab countries? And then the phone itself comes in its own completely separate, very fancy compartment. Okay, they got back to me. They said, "It's my pleasure to assist you. May I know your preferred check-in date?" I want to make this specifically complex. check-in December 25th. Christmas, one of the busiest days of the year. Room that has a view of the London Eye, so this is going to absolutely require human involvement. And then a receptionist that can speak Hindi. Whoa, they just responded. Got it. Well, while that's happening, I gotta say, when I first saw these online, I thought they looked like they would feel cheap. But I can confirm they don't. Every single one of these products is about 50% heavier than they look, thanks to hundreds of stainless steel components that are all clearly designed to flex the craftsmanship that's gone into them with this hand-assembled aesthetic that has as many screws and mechanical pieces as possible. It has helped them to achieve their very clear objective, which is to make the iPhone look relatively plain by comparison. And it is making me feel like a freaking Bond villain with things like this hidden mechanism on the back. You push into the middle screws from the sides to pop out not one, but two physical SIM card trays that are completely toolless, which is actually such a big improvement from fiddling around with the SIM ejector. Okay, I forgot to give him the checkout date, so we'll say 2 days later, 27th. And then he said, because we need to verify both the room view and the availability of Hindi-speaking reception staff, it will take approximately 20 minutes. That's really fast. And I can see the appeal of the software too. Like the screen lock animation is absolutely sick. There's a whole bunch of different themes. There's Prada and Louis Vuitton and Hermes. It's hard to tell if they're genuine or not. But if Vertu has legitimately gotten all of these extremely high-end brands on board, fair play to them. And I've never seen a volume up and down animation like this. Although, horrible whirry vibration motor sound. And that's kind of the issue too. Every time I notice that something is great, I notice something else is terrible. Like the speakers. So this is the iPhone. And this is Vertu's latest and greatest. Very shocking. Or the sheer inconsistency of having the sharpest, most angular phone body that I've ever used, but then paired with the most rounded-looking display that makes the end result feel like an afterthought. Or the watch. This thing is so weighty and materially does feel like it would nicely match your gold-plated supercar. But when I use it, the main thing that I see is just the fact that the display is not very high resolution. So all of these supposedly luxury watch faces just look a bit soft and not convincingly like real watch faces. Plus, the crown is not very consistent at picking up when you're scrolling, and there's lots of apps where text doesn't feel properly formatted. Also, I'm not being funny, but where is the time? Or just the fact that this flip phone, intricately hand-assembled as it may be, with extra fancy cover screen customization befitting of its price, has a hinge that makes a concerning amount of noise when you open and close it. Let's see what Arthur has cooked up. Wait, what? They've actually found a hotel room that has the London Eye perfectly framed in the middle of the window to fill the entire view. It's so perfect, it almost makes me think they've AI generated it. But they are saying to me, I can book this room right now. It's an executive studio, 2 nights, £580. I'm actually curious though, that £580, is that the same, less, or more than what I would pay if I booked it myself? Oh, that's the room. So it's real, but this is £409 per night, which means this would cost me £818 to book on the site. Maybe they're using another site like booking.com. And then because this is the Opera browser, our sponsor, I can just drag one tab into another to instantly split screen them. Executive Studio City View. Wait, so they charge exactly £818 too. Book, please. Booking name, Richard Astley. Send. And now they want me to pay them on their PayPal account. That feels like such a Facebook marketplace thing to ask. Send money, £580. Add note. Thank you, Arthur. Okay, and now I guess I just take a photo and we send it to him. What a strange way of doing things in 2025. But I gotta say, I've never seen anything like this concierge feature before. And if it has actually just saved me hundreds of pounds, then that's kind of insane. Although, this is actually so unsettling. So you've got 6 different people that you can chat to. There's Arthur, Fiona, Samuel, Eleanor, Clara, and then Amber. These aren't real. Those are AI-generated images. Can we expand to see more? Oh my god, yeah. That cannot be a real person. I mean, whose room looks like this? Chat with someone else. Fiona. This is the same chat. So how is it possible that they're real people if whoever you select has the same set of messages? It's gotta be AI. But then they're straight up telling me that they are real people. They seem to be texting like real people, and they're doing real people things, like taking my money. I have an idea. I just wanted to check has a booking been made for me? The name is Richard Astley.
26th of December till the 27th of December, correct?
That is correct, yes. How was that booking made? Was it made over the phone?
Over the website.
Website. Okay. Do you have a contact detail for who actually made the booking?
No, I do not.
So the booking's legit, and I don't think an AI alone could have done all that. So there must be a person involved. But then, it's not this person. So who is it? Okay, I think I've got it. But it's really strange. So I was in the process of booking another hotel using one of the other Vertu phones. The concierge had recommended one, and we got to the stage where all the details were essentially put together into one summarized message for me to confirm. Okay, fine. But then, bizarrely, they actually got back to me with a photo of the room that I was about to book, and they told me not to book it because it would be a bunk bed situation that wouldn't be comfortable. That feels smarter than any AI I've interacted with. But this is the crazy bit. They then recommended a different hotel, which they said they could get to me for £170. So I paid the money, but then I got this message. While we were in the process of verifying your payment, the final room at the previous property was regrettably taken. And I thought, oh, okay, this is it. This is where I find out I've been scammed and my money has actually been taken anyway. But instead, they upgraded me to the much higher-end Waldorf Hilton Hotel without me paying an extra penny. I checked the room rate online, and this Waldorf Hotel would have cost me £527 a night. And I've got the booking receipt from the hotel here. I can see that Vertu paid them in Chinese yuan, by the way, which is a little odd for a company with England in their name. But the point is, what they paid is the full price on my behalf, but without charging me any extra. So it looks like when you first message about anything, you're talking to AI. So up until this message where all the details of my ask were in one place, all AI. But then this is the point where that seemingly got handed over to a real person in China who checked what I was about to book, realized the bunk bed red flag, and then stayed with me until it was completely sorted. So everything about the way this concierge works feels so shady, but it does seem to pull through. I even asked it to organize me a trip to Korea, and in 24 hours they came back with a full 17-page Vertu branded PDF of all the stuff to do that even has a detailed budget breakdown and factors in my peanut allergy. It's just, how much can you trust a company who makes a website that looks like this? It might look pretty on the surface, but there are some very fundamental problems with it. And look at this. I've collected them all into one neat tab island that I can just collapse like this. So for starters, I can't see a single product photo that actually looks real. You can just tell from the lighting and the shadows that these have been edited in, which to me implies that there aren't actually a lot of people physically involved with these products. A little bit dodgy, but okay. I've got one of their guides over here, and I can't believe what I am reading. This is a post on the official Vertu website, which talks about the top 7 high-performance flip phones. I mean, just for starters, it says the best overall phone is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 Ultra, a smartphone that is not theirs and also doesn't exist. It could not be clearer that this is just AI-generated slop. They've probably made hundreds of pages like this, designed with the sole purpose to just create more opportunities for people browsing the internet to stumble across Vertu. But the fact that this company is in Harrods, on the same floor as very established luxury brands and, funnily enough, also the over $100,000 Loewe headphones that we just featured in Luxury Tech. Plus the fact that Vertu themselves are selling phones all the way up to $100,000 and beyond. Yeah, I only got the base models. The fact that this company is stooping to that level is mind-blowing to me, and it really doesn't end, to be honest. There's a section here which shows the camera slider in action, but it's just so clearly faked. Like, between 0.4x and 1x, there should be a massive difference in magnification, but there just isn't. Or, like, between 1x and 5x, that is very clearly not 5 times zoom. They've just taken one very high-resolution photo that they are punching in and out of, but not even by the right amount. Intrusive thoughts are getting the better of me. Let's say we reverse image search that photo. Did they even take it? Oh, it's on Unsplash, taken by a photographer on a Canon EOS R6. This is not just sloppy, this is fishy, right? And also just half the stuff they write in their promo materials, it doesn't make any sense. Quantum coating weaves stardust, folds in hand holds universe. It's really making me feel like this is not as big of a team as the company wants you to believe. The customer service number, +86, that's China. And then the head office is in Hong Kong. The only other thing I'm wondering is there's a personal concierge phone number on the phone. That's the same as the customer service number. Also, China. Started to make sense why they paid the hotel in yuan. This is it.
I think we've got to the crux of it. So Vertu now is a very different company to the Vertu that first started. So they were actually founded as a subsidiary of Nokia. They were making ultra high-end phones handcrafted in Britain, but then Nokia sold them. Vertu got sold to a Swedish private equity group, then sold to Hong Kong-based Golden Holdings in 2015, then sold to a Turkish businessman in 2017, only for the company to then run into some pretty serious financial problems. I've got a report right here from the Telegraph that says Vertu had an accounting deficit of 128 million in 2017. That led to all of their 200 UK staff being laid off, and then the closure and then later demolishing of that UK factory. No way. We're here. I'm literally standing at the exact spot where that factory used to be, and it's an Aldi. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that they aren't selling Vertu phones in there. So everyone thought this company was dead forever, only for it to then magically reappear a year later in 2018. Same brand, but quietly in the background, seemingly a new company with a different director, a different set of accounts, and now Hong Kong/China-based operations, as opposed to this lovely establishment in Church Crookham in the middle of England. And also clearly a brand new strategy for social media.
You know, the only way I even realized Vertu was back is because this TikTok popped up completely unprompted on my feed. There's 3 people who have Vertu phones, there's 1 person who has an iPhone, and then they just throw the iPhone away. Great burn, bro. This video has over 170 million views. There's another one over here, 36 million views. It's just an unboxing of their phone. But then, doesn't it seem a little bit weird that this is an uber luxury brand that isn't verified, by the way, and has very clear grammar errors in the bio? Like, they don't seem to understand when to use a comma and when to use capital letters. And the fact that they're using emojis to direct you to where to go for special offers, it comes across like the kind of company that writes their invoices in Comic Sans. I've got a camera test here. When you realize your $1,000 iPhone looks like a toy next to Vertu. That's an easy one to test. Okay, same photo on both. Oh, well, they were right about the toy thing. It's just not the iPhone. My teeth blend together on the Vertu. Now, the phones do some pretty interesting AI camera things. Like, you can pull up any image and use text to change things in that image. And you can even convert an image into a video with seemingly no guardrails, even when you're using it for human subjects, too. But the other thing I noticed while messing around with the camera is that this app looks very familiar. This is the Vertu camera app, and this is the Chinese phone maker ZTE's camera app. And this makes a lot of sense. Phone company that now has its operations in China feels like a small team, not nearly enough to develop an entire Android skin from scratch, so instead licenses the Android skin from another company that is still niche enough that it wouldn't be obvious who they're copying from, and niche enough that they'd be willing to do so. It turns out, when you start looking for it, you can see traces of ZTE all over these devices. Vertu have tried to hide them. Like, if you download a device info app, it will tell you that the manufacturer is Vertu. But when you dig deep, if you go into the legal documents or you find the actual names of the processes running in the background, the evidence is there. The good news is that there is no ZTE device that exactly matches all the hardware specs of any of these phones. So what they haven't done is just taken a ZTE phone and stuck some leather on it. The bad news is that what they've done is also not that far off that. Because this Vertu Quantum, for example, when you look closely, starts to resemble the ZTE Nubia Flip 2, a remarkable amount. It's got this the same camera layout, it's got the same cover screen size. And yeah, this Vertu has a much more powerful Snapdragon chip than the MediaTek one in the Nubia. Then I was just curious, so I delved into the device info on this, and 4,325 mAh battery on this Vertu. That is such a specific, unique number, and it is also exactly what ZTE has on their Flip 2. So this isn't exactly a let's take a ZTE and stick a Vertu logo on top, but it is a let's look at all of the available ZTE parts and pick and choose the ones we want for the Vertu, which ultimately makes all of these a very weird set of products. You're paying 5 times the price of a top-end flagship for a phone experience that's worth about half of one, a website experience worth, let's just say, negative points, but then a concierge service that is actually pretty interesting. It's just, you're effectively paying so much excess just for what will probably end up as 2 days worth of someone's admin time that you might as well just book that hotel yourself. And to do that, I've actually got a separate workspace on my Opera browser. So if you look at the top right now, this is all my work tabs. Then the second I decide I'm done, I click travel and it all disappears. So link below to download the Opera browser for free.
home. We're absolutely, like, T1 roster has done so well internationally together, but domestically they've kind of been stymied by Gen G.
I just think it's crazy that Keria, Guma, Owner are all making their own case for being the greatest of all time in their position.
Coming in.
SK텔레
이게 구마 이슈구나. 된장찌개를 서비스로 한다는 남자. 아, 나도 된장찌개 서비스 받을 수 있도록 잘해.
So this is the first time I've actually seen this, and I absolutely love the admiration that he has, the sheer starstruck of being in the presence of Gumi.
I mean, it's incredible. How can you not love Peter? Every video I watch on Peter just makes me more and more a fan of him. My favorite part by far is, wow, this is Guma Yushi.
That soybean paste slaps, so
Absolutely.
I'm actually kind of jealous. But I do think that Guma, he had a response for Peter, so let's take a look.
You're going to play against Peter, and a recent...
All right, let's get into the draft now. To me, Wukong and Rumble are super high priority, especially for KT, so you need to get one early. They do that, so they get the jungle part. I still think Perfect's Rumble is like...
I think now Dogum and Peter in that pure 2v2 are going to be feeling great, because Poppy, strong as she is, can struggle in the lane, particularly against a bully like Ashe.
And it is Karia's Poppy, so he could just have a magical Poppy ultimate lane.
World's Finals preview, triple BDD, man, Talia's up.